Good morning. Good morning. My name is Matthew, and I'm a disciple. So I have my disciple session. I used to be a tax man. I wasn't always a disciple, you know. So you may wonder, well, why are you here, Matthew? What are you going to talk to us about? Well, I made a short presentation. It's called Jesus Heals, and it's about Jesus healing. And I guess I'm a really good person for this subject because, you see, to me, I believe in really concrete things because, like numbers, you know, 2 plus 2, that's 4, always 4. It's got to be 4. Oh, you know, I got this from these 3 wise men. They came from the east, so they brought this with them. It's called an abacus, okay? And I use that to do my numbers. Okay, that's good. Okay, now, I wanted to talk to you about Jesus healing. And I was going to do a whole big thing about all of the times that Jesus heals in the Bible. But, whoa, man, there's a whole bunch of them. So I said, well, maybe I ought to start at the beginning and just do the stuff out of Matthew. Oh, Matthew. You're welcome. That's very good, because that's my favorite one anyway, for obvious reasons. Okay? Okay, good. Okay, somebody took my mind. Oh, dear. The very first time we hear about, oh, that's not a Bible, that's a hymnal. Where's my Bible? Oh, there should be Bibles here. So, oh, thank you. Oh, good. Thank you. That's very good. That's good. I knew there would be a Bible here. They told me there would be a Bible here. Oh my goodness, what language is this written in? I was expecting Greek or Aramaic, and this seems to be something totally. Oh, it's English. Oh, I don't know English. Oh, wait, I'm talking in English, aren't I? Thank you, Holy Spirit. Okay, so what it says at 4:23, it says, Jesus went throughout Galilee, teaching in their synagogues and proclaiming the good news of the kingdom, and here it comes, curing every disease and every sickness among the people. So look, like right away, in the fourth chapter, we're talking about the cure. We didn't talk about it earlier because Jesus was just a baby and we don't think he probably cured anything, though I do hear that Mary was up and walking around very, very quickly. Okay, so, but I wasn't there, I don't know that, so I didn't put it in the book. And you know, when Joseph was hammering, you know, in the carpenter shop, ow, it's all better. Could have happened, don't know, wasn't there. But where they first started here, so after 4:23, what I just read, everybody here, remember what I just read? Okay. Jesus started curing people. Oh, look at all these things. A leper, oh, that's really bad stuff. Oh, your skin goes all bad, things start dropping off. Jesus fixed this. Oh, great complexion. Oh, I mean, oil of Olay, eat your heart out. That's how good Jesus was. He fixed this right up. And then there was a centurion's servant. Jesus didn't even have to go see the servant. Jesus just gave the command. The servant was well again. Then there was Peter's mother-in-law. Everybody had gone to Peter's house for a dinner, and Peter's mother-in-law had a very, very bad fever, so she wasn't going to be able to cook. Well, she got cured right away, because, of course, everybody needed to eat anyway. And then there were many demoniacs. That's when, like, people are possessed by demons. Oh, that sounds very scary, doesn't it? I mean, people acted just completely crazy when they were possessed by demons. And Jesus would drive the demons out, and then they would be all perfectly normal, just like you now. Oh, and then I realized at this point, when I was doing my beautiful presentation, that maybe some of you can't read. So I thought, oh, Matthew, that sounds very smart. Maybe you ought to do pictures from now on. So I decided to do pictures. Now, these are 2 more demoniacs. You see, they're crazy. You know, they're like really wild. And what these people did was they stood by this road, and this particular road, nobody could ever come down because they were there going, and you know, but Jesus was going down the road. Jesus said, I'm going to go down the road. And then the demoniacs, well, and they did their thing, and Jesus cured them. He said, go away, demons. And the demons had to go somewhere. Well, it just happened at that point, this herd of piggies were walking along. This is the backside of the piggies that's walking by the demoniacs. The evil spirits went into the piggies, and the piggies didn't like having evil spirits in them, so they ran down to the water and drowned themselves. So it wasn't a very good story for the little piggies. But the demoniacs, they were very happy. They had normal lives. They got married, lived in a very nice school district. It's a very good story for them. Just not for the piggies. Now, this guy, then Jesus went on a little further down the road, and he brought this man over, and he was completely paralyzed. You know, he couldn't move at all. I knew his hand up like he's begging, but he couldn't even do that. He was on a mat. His friends brought him, set him down before Jesus. Jesus took pity on him and cured him. Boom, just like that. And so what happened was, he got up and he walked away. And just like that. Now, no expenses spared for this presentation. And then there was another person. This was a person in the synagogue whose daughter was, well, she wasn't paralyzed, she was like dead. And Jesus said, okay, I'll go cure her. And so he started to walk to cure her. Oh, but before he could get there, there was a woman appeared who was hemorrhaging. She'd been bleeding for 12 years. Oh my goodness, that was terrible. And Jesus didn't even see her coming. And she reached out and grabbed his cloak, and she touched it, and Jesus said, what are you doing back there? And she says, oh, I just thought if I could touch your cloak, that you could cure me. Guess what? It did. It cured my mother. It was an amazing thing. Just like that, she stopped bleeding. Oh, remember, where were we going? We were going to the daughter of we were going to the daughter of the person from the synagogue, the high-ranking person. There she was, dead. Jesus said, she's not dead. They said, Jesus, she's dead. He said, no, she's just like, wake up. Oh, and she sat up, and she was okay. Then there were all sorts of other people. There were people who were blind. Jesus said, you can see, and they could see. There were people who couldn't speak. They were mute. Jesus said, speak, and they could speak. Oh, and they could even sing. Look at that. They could even sing. And then there were people who were blind and mute. Oh, well, guess what? He fixed everything. Everybody, everywhere. Now, the important thing is, why were we doing all this? Why was Jesus doing all this? It's because anybody can tell you anything. Right? I can tell you all sorts of stories about how you should live. Remember the very first part of what I talked about? Was about how Jesus was proclaiming God's truth and the good news. Well, if you didn't know that Jesus had what we call authority to say that, he's just another person telling you what to do. But look, the power to heal, that's an amazing thing. And Jesus did that, and that power came from God. Now, some of those other people, they said, no, it came from Beelzebub. See? But it didn't. It came from God. And that is the important thing. And I always believe only what I see. And that's why they said, they can tell you this story about all the healings. Oh, there were more, but I'm running out of time. There was like the Canaanite woman, there was an epileptic, there were all sorts of things. But the big one, of course, the amazing one, just like with the synagogue leader's daughter, who was dead, was when Jesus raised himself. That's coming up later. Thank you all for listening. I'll take my abacus. I got to go because there's only 43 more days, and I'm really busy right now, so it's a tough time of the year for me. But thank you very much.